Juries don't like liars. Trials are about credibility.
Blake Lively is spiraling into a full meltdown after Judge Lyman shredded her case, torching every overreaching demand she tried to sneak through the court.
Judge in Blake Lively's case just slapped down their psychopathic request.
And the court said no.
Her one desperate attempt to manipulate the system backfired spectacularly, leaving her humiliated, cornered, and out of options. Hollywood power games can't save her this time.
Breaking news, Justin Baldoni just got a big win, meaning Blake Lively got a big loss.
The elite illusion cracked wide open. Blake took such a brutal legal beating that even her own lawyers looked ready to vanish into the courtroom walls.
Are her lawyers dumb?
This wasn't a hearing. It was a public roast. Judge Louis J. Lyman dismantled her legal team with the precision of a comedian, and the gallery ate up every second.
It's intensely personal. It's getting more personal. They're going to discover more information that's going to make them angry. They're out to salvage their reputation, so there's not going to be an easy way to walk away from this and say, okay, let's just call it a day.
Blake strutted in like she was about to drop the final blow on Justin Baldoni, flashing Hollywood bravado and her fantasy belief that fame bends the law. Instead, she got body slammed so hard that even Ryan Reynolds knew better than to show his face at the wreckage.
Not able to hold a logical thought, but guess what? I, as a judge, I am able to hold a logical thought, so we're going to slap that down. You obviously cannot.
And the humiliation didn't stop there. Judge Lyman didn't just reject her absurd demands, he went nuclear. He played the leaked audio in open court. Yes, that recording, the one Blake and Ryan Reynolds have been scrambling to bury, thinking their Hollywood pull could erase it from existence.
And, so I think there could be some argument about whether it was leaked and shouldn't have been leaked and should they have the information or what it may be. But no matter what happens, this is a damning quote.
From that moment, Blake's entire case collapsed in real time. Her credibility went up in flames, and she was powerless to stop it. Meanwhile, Justin Baldoni walked away with a major legal win, standing tall while Blake's reputation disintegrated into dust. No PR spin, no TMZ leaks, no celebrity rescue squad. Just cold, hard reality smacking her square in the face.
It's so clear. Blake's case is falling apart. She's destroying her cred. Ryan Reynolds.
And let's talk about her requests, because the delusion was comedy level. Blake Lively actually marched into court demanding 2.5 years of Baldoni's phone records, text messages, emails, location data, even his doctor visits. That's not legal strategy. That's obsession on paper.
In Blake Lively's case, just slapped down their psychopathic request for 2.5 years worth of every message that Justin Baldoni and Justin Heath and the PR agents have ever sent to everybody, plus location data. We knew that was going to happen.
Yeah, as you read. That right. Blake basically tried to turn a civil lawsuit into a full-scale FBI surveillance op, like she was starring in some knockoff spy thriller instead of a courtroom drama. What did she think she'd uncover? Baldoni's Uber Eats receipts from 2022? His Amazon orders from 3 Christmases ago? A random doctor's note saying, Mr. Baldoni had a headache today?
Distinguish between the two, what a standard court protective order is and what Blake Lively's team is asking for, which is an attorney's eyes only designation.
Judge Lyman wasn't having a single second of it. He took one look at her overreaching subpoena and shut it down so fast the air practically got vacuumed out of Blake's ego. His ruling? Overly intrusive and disproportionate. Translation: Blake, are you completely out of your mind?
Blake Lively obtained all of these text messages through subpoena. Okay, what's subpoena? You can only issue a subpoena if you have an open legal case. So you have to have a valid legal case. I can't just issue a subpoena to, the New York Times.
Here's the kicker. Blake filed this lawsuit in December 2024. Yet somehow she thought she was entitled to Baldoni's personal data going all the way back to 2022. The math wasn't mathing, the logic wasn't logging, and Judge Lyman called her out in the most brutal way. This isn't the FBI. You don't get to track someone's every move. Boom. That was the moment her entire case nosedived straight into the pavement.
She wants different rules for her than she wants for Baldoni and his team, which I don't think the judge will agree with.
Because newsflash, this isn't Hollywood. You don't get to write the script. This is real life, real court, real consequences. Blake waltzed in trying to bend the legal system like she was the star of the show, and the judge smacked her with a reality check so hard it rattled the room. And the meltdown? Oh, it happened. Witnesses say she physically tensed up, whisper shouted at her legal team, and visibly shook as her case went up in flames. Imagine strutting into court thinking you've got the win bagged, only to end up a deer in headlights while the judge torches your entire strategy in front of everyone.
So it kind of makes them look like they're trying to take that video now that it's out and kind of spin it in a different direction.
And where was Ryan Reynolds? Nowhere. The same guy who can't go 5 minutes without tweeting some dumb joke suddenly pulled a Casper act the second things got serious. Oh, he can meme all day but defend his wife while she's imploding in court? Nope, not a word. He saw the train wreck coming and decided to ghost before the crash.
We weren't the first to do this. It was Blake Lively. It was Ryan Reynolds. This was their strategy. And now they kind of want to put the genie back in the bottle. But guess what? The genie does not want to go back in the bottle. The genie likes to be free. Okay.
Now let's talk about her lawyers, because even they had to realize they were defending the legal equivalent of a dumpster fire. Standing there, watching, the judge shred their arguments to pieces. You could practically see the regret on their faces. Why did we take this case? How did it come to this? You know those thoughts were running laps in their heads.
Lawyers are stupid. It's like he's like being nice here. He's like, your lawyers are really stupid.
And then, in the most desperate Hail Mary, Blake and her team tried to spin this nuclear-level humiliation as a win. Oh, of course they did. This is Hollywood, where failure gets rebranded as success and delusion gets sold as strategy. Blake honestly thought she could gaslight the world into believing this wasn't a disaster. Spoiler, it was.
It just blows my mind how dumb Blake Lively's team is and how just, I guess, egocentric, maniacal that she thinks that she can tell the world, you didn't see what you actually saw with your eyes. It's insane.
Because this isn't just a courtroom loss. It's public shaming in high definition. This is Blake Lively's credibility going up in flames, live and unfiltered. It's a meltdown so absurd, so catastrophic, that it's officially a matter of public record.
This is the audio Blake and Ryan's agent seemingly didn't want you to hear.
I wonder if you could tell us about a little bit of a mess that I gather you've been involved in.
Oh, yeah. I know where you're going with this one.
Do you have notes on it?
Oh, yeah. Those are the two things I said to myself.
And just when you think it couldn't get worse, Judge Lyman drops the hammer. A live audio feed of the next hearing. That's right. No more spin. No more carefully leaked TMZ exclusives. No more hiding behind Hollywood handlers. The world is getting a front row seat to Blake's legal stupidity, and it's going to be glorious.
It seems insurmountable. It seems like this case cannot be settled.
Because a live audio feed means everyone hears it, uncut and unfiltered. No sources close to Blake spinning fairy tales. Just raw courtroom reality. She walked in thinking she could bend the law to her will, and walked out with the most humiliating legal loss of her career. And honestly, she earned every second of it.
Is it not a little hypocritical? Is this a bad look of her if she's trying to tell the courts that we should stop talking about this in public?
And the judge just pulled the one move Blake Lively dreaded most. He authorized a live audio feed of the next hearing. That's right. Her courtroom stupidity is about to be broadcast in real time for the entire world to hear.
So he fired him. I'm a ride or die. That's why he did it. Because he basically said, okay, fine. Yeah, Ryan and Blake, I'm going to go with you. So you did that. You destroyed this man's life rather than wait.
No more TMZ leaks. No more curated PR stunts. No more sources close to Blake spinning fairy tales. Now everyone gets to hear exactly how embarrassing this case is with their own ears. The panic Blake must be feeling right now? Absolutely priceless.
Blake says she's so glad they did, but now she wants all other footage to not come forward. And we're supposed to be like, yeah, you go, girl.
She thought she could control the narrative, play the innocent Hollywood princess, curate every leak, bury every misstep. Instead, she just lost complete control. That's why she begged for an extreme protective order, praying to keep her lies and overreach hidden. And now, it's all going public.
The judge makes a point of like, well, then why do you need 2 years worth? In her own suit, she alleges this campaign started in August. So why the reach for 2.5 years? It was nice to see the judge really sort of acknowledge that. This was the part I'm looking.
No more backroom Hollywood deals to suppress evidence. No more Ryan Reynolds scrambling to call in favors from his A-list buddies. No more Blake pretending she's the victim while running one of the nastiest smear campaigns Hollywood has ever seen.
Finally, we can now see that Ryan was panicked in general.
Because let's be real, Blake was never after justice. She wanted power. She wanted to weaponize the courts to destroy Baldoni's life. But now that the mask is slipping and the truth is spilling out in real time, the meltdown is about to be spectacular. Oh, and speaking of being exposed, let's talk about the leaked audio that blew up Blake and Ryan's whole "we're innocent" act.
Dispute. These words that were said by Lively Side had a clear, immediate negative impact on Baldoni's group.
This wasn't just any tape. This was a nuclear Hollywood bombshell. March 2025, a recording surfaces of Ari Emanuel, CEO of WME, one of the most powerful agents in the game, flat out admitting Baldoni was blacklisted because of Blake and Ryan. They didn't just ruin his career, they bragged about it like it was nothing.
I think we're seeing now with this quote is WME absolutely got rid of him because of these things that were said. And so now he's got a clear line to get damage support.
And Emanuel didn't even have the basic decency to call Baldoni by his name. He mocked him, called him baloney. Let that sink in.
Bad situation that Baldoni, whatever his name is doing. And
It's an effed up situation, whatever, Baldoni, whatever his name is doing. Whatever, he's your client. What a scumbag.
Imagine that, blacklisted. By the most powerful man in Hollywood, all because of a petty revenge scheme. Not only are you fired over a power couple's psychotic vendetta, but you're mocked like a schoolyard target. Blake sat there smirking, Ryan probably tweeting jokes, while behind the scenes they were dismantling a man's career. And when this recording dropped, suddenly they weren't laughing. They had a full-blown crisis on their hands.
A lot of people who are even a lot less powerful than Ari Emanuel would have the power to do that, so that doesn't surprise me.
No more speculation. This isn't hearsay. This is proof. Blake and Ryan weren't innocent bystanders in Baldoni's blacklisting. They orchestrated it. And when the fallout hit, they sprinted straight to their Hollywood PR teams, trying to spin a new narrative. The kicker? The podcast where this bombshell confession dropped mysteriously vanished